Namaskar, myself Deepak Kumar Rath and I welcome you all to the digital media of Uday India. Friends, it's our honor because we have a distinct guest and we are privileged to introduce our distinct guest today, Mr. KJ Alphons, hailing from the vibrant state of Kerala. Mr. Alphons is a multifaceted personality and seamlessly blending roles as an accomplished civil servant, seasoned advocate, and astute politician. His illustrious career has been marked by an unwavering commitment to public service and an array of notable achievements. Mr. Alphonse, a member of 1979 batch of the Indian Administrative Service Kerala cadre, has left an indelible mark on the administrative landscape of the country. His tenure as the Union Minister of State for Culture and Tourism in the first government under Modi showcased his passion for promoting and preserving India's great rich cultural heritage, and additionally he held a pivotal role in the realm of electronics and information technology, contributing significantly to the nation's technological advancement. In 2011, he took a pivotal step in his career when he joined Bharatiya Janata Party, bringing his wealth of administrative experience into the realm of Indian politics. Today, we have the privilege of delving into insights and perspectives of this distinguished individual. Alfonso Saab, now you are in Kerala and our Prime Minister also visited Kerala. Can you in brief tell us, our audience, how was the experience? And there was a huge public to welcome Prime Minister Modi, and Prime Minister also visited Gurgaon temple. Can you in brief tell us, our readers, about PM's Kerala visit? How was the reaction of the public and what were the major achievements there in Kerala?
Deepak, thank you very much for inviting me to your studio, and thank you
Yeah.
very much for all the very kind words you've spoken about me.
Mm.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
The Honorable Prime Minister has been in Kerala twice during the past 10 days.
Yeah.
That's hell of a lot, because for the Honorable Prime Minister of India to be visiting Kerala, a tiny state, twice in the past 10 days, I think that's remarkable. He was in Trichur last week, having a roadshow in Trichur, in front of the very famous Trichur temple where the Trichur Puram takes place. And then,
Yeah.
of course, he had a huge convention of women, the women's
Yeah.
wing of the BJP, and it was attended by a very large number of people. And he told
Yeah.
them, look here, I mean, Kerala has shown that women can be independent, free, liberal. And he said, now create the right kind of political atmosphere for things to happen in Kerala, which I think is very important. And women are very decisive in decision making in Kerala, right from the panchayat level right up to the cabinet. And now, of course, he was in Ernakulam, Cochin today, and I'm here in Cochin to attend his program.
Yeah.
Two things. He had a road show yesterday in Cochin town on the Marine Drive, and he also inaugurated public investments worth about 4,000 crores with the Cochin
Yeah.
shipyard and with the Indian Oil Corporation. So bringing in big investments to the state of Kerala, where hardly any investment really takes place otherwise. So that's a huge blessing to Kerala. Now,
Yeah.
yeah, you people are educated. For the past 65 years, you've been ruled by either the left or the right, and
Correct.
look what has happened.
Yeah.
Earlier, people used to go out to find work because there was no work in Kerala, because both the communists and the Congress had wrecked the state. There is no industry in Kerala at all. And therefore, people used to go and work outside but send the money back. So,
Yeah.
huge foreign remittance comes to Kerala. But now, what's happening over the past 3-4 years is that every school kid, once he passes class 12, he's leaving for the Western nations. And they will do their studies there, because education standards in Kerala have fallen badly because of political interference. And of course, they will never find a job in Kerala once they graduate. So they're all leaving soon after school with the result that they will never come back. With the result that Kerala is going to be a geriatric state in the next 10,
Correct.
15 years. We will only have old people, dying people in Kerala after about 10, 15 years. And it's a very sad state of affairs. And the Prime Minister has been exhorting the people of Kerala, telling, look here, you are very intelligent people, you are very smart people, you are educated, you are all healthy. Now think, you need a change because the UDF
Yeah.
and the LDF have not really given you anything. They have just wrecked your state in terms of giving you dignity of life, providing opportunities in your life. And therefore, come on, elect, send a few members to the parliament from the BJP so that Kerala also will be heard. See, unfortunately, what happens is today all the 20 members of parliament in the Lok Sabha are from the Congress alliance, and except for a couple of people, nobody opens their mouth in the parliament at all. It's very sad because I've been a minister, I've seen their performance. Many of them
Yeah.
come to the parliament with a banner, how to disrupt the parliament. That's what many of them do. And they don't raise issues, they don't make a speech, they don't intervene at all. I mean, it's very sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
elect some people who will represent Kerala from the BJP so that Kerala's voice can be heard. Much bigger
Correct.
investments can come in because Kerala's once the government of India knows the problems of Kerala, more investment can come. There could be better solutions to the problem. So he's been exhorting people. Unfortunately, the BJP does not have a single member in the either the Kerala Assembly or in the Parliament. It's
Yeah.
very sad that in spite of all that, the left and the right and the left and the right they continue to rule Kerala. It's very tragic.
Correct. But Alphonso Saab, you have also become the union minister, and normally the communities in Kerala, they are very peaceful people, despite their having a rich culture. But still, nowadays it is seen that law and order situation is not that good, and lots of social crimes, social unrest, social harmony is disturbing in Kerala. And to whom you will blame for that? It's only the government, or any other elements are there who are disturbing the social harmony and peace in Kerala?
See, Kerala has lived in peace for something like 2000 years. Like, in one
Yeah.
of the articles which I wrote today, I was saying that, I'm a Syrian Christian. And
Yeah.
we are possibly the first Christians in the whole world because one of the disciples of Christ, Saint Thomas, came to Kerala in
Yeah.
52 AD and converted
Yeah.
6 Brahmin families, and we are the descendants. We never converted anybody into our church. And today we are 15% of Kerala's population, and the Syrian Christian community is economically the best well-off community. They control
Of
the
course.
media, they control trade, they control education, healthcare. So
True.
we've done
True.
extremely well in spite of being just below 2% of the population of India. But of course, in Kerala, we are Syrian Christians are 15%, Latin Christians constitute another 3%. So we are actually 18%. Christians are 18%. But
Hmm.
there's been a radicalization of the society, Kerala society, in the past few years. If you see, the largest number of recruits for ISIS has been from Kerala and from
Yeah.
some districts of Kerala. So a lot of foreign money has come in, and a lot of that money has been used for radicalization of the Kerala society.
Yeah.
So, and very sad things have happened. I mean, you must have heard about a college professor's hand being chopped off 15 years back
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Fordosa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact is that everybody is so scared of these radical elements that even the church college in which he was working as a professor, they dismissed him from service. They
Yeah.
didn't protect because they were mortally scared. And
Yeah.
the principal accused has been arrested only last week after 13 years.
Yeah.
So Kerala is actually under a mortal scare today from radical elements, and it's a very sad state of affairs because Kerala people have lived very peacefully for 2000 years, and it's been the kind of a fantastic place to be. But things have changed dramatically over the past few years.
Also, sir, Prime Minister Modi has visited Kerala many times in 2014, 2019, and today also he announced crores of rupees of infrastructure development programs. He is inspiring for the growth of industries, and you have the government at the center, you have home ministry. Despite that, these social unrest by hardcore criminals in the name of community or religion, these things are going on. How this can be changed and how BJP will gain vote in Kerala?
See, the problem with Kerala is that because of the tradition of the communist government in Kerala, and
Yeah,
Kerala had the first elected communist government in the world in 1957,
yeah,
and every 5 years they come back to power, and
yeah,
even the Congress party, they become as communist or left or more militant than even the communists in Kerala. Their trade unions, so no industry comes
yeah,
to Kerala at all. There's nothing. There's no activity happening at all. I mean, even take for example the IT sector. Kerala was a pioneer in setting up an IT park in Kerala in Trivandrum in 1980. Today, if you
yeah,
look at Kerala's exports, I mean, Kerala is not done well at all. There are Bangalore, Kannada has done so well. Andhra Pradesh is done well. Hyderabad, even Noida has a much bigger turnover. Just that one city has a much bigger turnover than Kerala. So
yeah,
Kerala, it's a nothing happening place, unfortunately. So therefore, the center has to bring in the investment. So the Prime Minister has been very kind. BJP has been very kind in putting in a lot of money, central money into Kerala. I think. In spite of not being represented politically in the center has been doing a lot of things. But ideally, it would be much better to have some a voice of Kerala in the parliament, so that Kerala's issues can be brought to the notice of the government and to the parliament, so that there would be a much better response for the government of India. I mean, if you don't know the problems, how would the government of India really respond? I mean, still they are doing so much, more than
yeah,
any government in the history of India. They have done more for Kerala than any other government ever. Or still,
yeah,
we need a voice. We need voices in the parliament from Kerala.
yeah. But Alfonso Sahib, I have also one more just last question for Kerala, then we will discuss about Ram Temple. My point is that both Hindus and Christians are also victims, and love jihad is also a very big problem in Kerala. So how do you react to that love jihad in Kerala? The numbers are growing.
Yeah, see, Kerala has the tradition of communal harmony. And as I
Yeah,
said earlier, I mean, things have got radicalized, and communities, Christian, especially the Christian community, and also the Hindus, even though they are 45%, Hindus are 45% of Kerala's population.
yeah, yeah. आवाज नहीं आ रहा.
They also live in fear because I mean a small percentage of people actually, Muslims by and large in Kerala are very peaceful people,
Hmm.
but a certain percentage of people have got radicalized, and that is
Correct.
where the problem arises. And no government, neither the
Yeah,
communist government nor the Congress government are in any position to control them, to say what they are doing is wrong. They don't have the guts to do it because they all want the votes of the radical elements, because they
yeah,
control a good percentage of votes, even though they are small in number. They control
yeah,
large percentage of votes.
yeah. Really, that is good. And uh, Alfonso sir, uh, can you tell me? Can you provide more insight into the history of Syrian Christians in Kerala and their unique position within the religious and cultural landscape of India?
See, Kerala has been having trade with the rest of the world for something like I think 5,000 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
because Kerala was known as spice land, so the whole world came looking to come into Kerala looking for spices. Even Columbus came to Kerala. He landed in 14, I think 96, if I'm not mistaken, looking for
yeah,
spices. And so we
yeah,
had trade with the rest of the world.
yeah,
Uh, so one of the disciples of Christ, Saint Thomas, came to Kerala, I guess, on this trade route in 52 AD, converted six families, Brahmin families, and these six families have grown into 15% of Kerala, as I said before. We don't convert at all. We have not converted anybody. It's just six families growing over 2,000 years into 15% of Kerala. And the
yeah,
Syrian Christians have done extremely well because the kings have patronized the Syrian Christians. They gave them land. They gave them land for building churches, schools. So if Christianity has flourished in Kerala, it's because of the patronage of the Hindu kings
yeah,
and of the Hindu people of Kerala. So, and
yeah,
we have existed with them very well. I mean, we had no problems at all. So
Yeah,
it's just not that churches existed by itself. If Kerala Christians are in the forefront of education, controlling education institutions and hospitals, running orphanages, a lot of it is to do with the way the rulers of Kerala, who are all Hindu kings,
yeah, yeah,
were very, very generous to the Christian community. And the Christian
yeah,
community also supported the rulers by providing, the foundations of education in Kerala. So I think
yeah,
so this community has grown. It's done extremely well. Has highly educated people. Like I am from Kottayam, and I was also the district collector of Kottayam. Uh,
yeah,
as per the Niti Ayog data, Kottayam is the only zero poverty district in the country. Can you imagine?
yeah,
And I was the district collector of Kottayam for 4 years, from 1988 to 1991. We made
yeah,
Kottayam the first 100% literate town in the country. We achieved a quality of health in my district as good as the European Union. We did a whole lot of revolutionary things in Kottayam. We built a cancer hospital in the Kottayam
mhm.
Medical College with contribution from 8.2 million people. So we are a fantastic people. So
Very
this is
nice.
Kerala in a nutshell. Kerala, of course, there is something also unique about Kerala. Everybody wears the same dress. We wear
Yeah,
dhotis and we mostly wear white shirts. I'm one of the few exceptions who wear a kurta. Otherwise,
yeah,
all my colleagues wear a white dhoti and a white shirt. The poorest
yeah.
man, the richest man, they all wear the same thing. And they all wear a rubber chappals. Even today, I'm only wearing a rubber chappals. I don't wear a shoes along with my dhoti. We all wear
That's
rubber
nice of
chappals.
you.
And
Yes.
we all eat the same food. The richest man, the multi-billionaire, eats tapioca and chili chutney and fish. And the poorest man also eats the same thing. So
Yeah,
uh, life habits, dressing habits, food, the language, everything is so uniform in Kerala. From the time
yeah,
of my grandfather, and he was
yeah,
kind of a landlord, and we had a lot of workers working in our agricultural land. He would say, food will be eaten at the same table with the workers who are all from the lower caste at the same time. Not only at the
Oh,
same table, but at the same time. So we had
great.
such kind of things from my grandfather's great grandfather's time. So Kerala has been a great model of
Yeah, of
equality
course,
and a whole lot of things. Yeah.
of course. Alphonso sir, you mentioned the diversity within your family, including members following different faiths. How has this diversity influenced your perspective on religion and religious tolerance?
Yeah, in my family, like my eldest brother-in-law is a Brahma Samaji. My second brother-in-law is a white German Protestant. I'm a very staunch Catholic. My daughter-in-law, my elder daughter-in-law is Tamil Brahmin, and my younger daughter-in-law is white American. So we have so much of diversity in the family. With the result that, you
Yeah,
see, we believe that
yeah,
if there is a God, there is only one God.
yeah,
We are able to capable of accepting all the gods and say, well, they all can coexist. We don't need to
correct.
fight battles and wars in the name of God love. And if you look at human history, we will find
Yeah,
that most of the killings and wars have taken place in the name of God. Somebody
yeah,
claiming that my religion is better than your religion, my God is better than your God.
yeah,
It's crazy. In my family, that doesn't exist. Even though I'm a Catholic, I go to church, but still I'm able to accept the fact that whatever somebody believes in is fine for me. I mean, they are as good a God as my God. You get me? I have no
correct.
problems. So I've written this article in today's time in Indian Express saying that I
Yeah.
strongly support the Ram Temple in Ayodhya because if 85% of Indians
I'm
believe
coming
that,
to that. I'm coming to that. See, as a firm believer in Jesus Christ, how do you reconcile your admiration for both Jesus and Ram? And how do you see these figures contributing to the moral and ethical fabric of society?
yeah, I think you see, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. I admire Jesus Christ, but at the same time, I admire Ram. I mean, he is
Yeah,
the Maryada Purushottam,
yeah,
the just and fair man who even gave up his throne because when it was demanded, and he lived in the forest, slept under thatched sheds, like Jesus Christ did, and led a very very sustainable life. Looked after nature, never damaged nature. So I'm a huge admirer of Ram. And
Yeah.
therefore, my position is um, a lot of people think that constructing a Ram temple by the majority people of India is wrong. No, according to me, that is a completely wrong thinking.
Yeah.
85% of people in this country believe that Ram was born in Ayodhya. He was born there and he lived there. Now, a
Yeah.
lot of left intellectuals would say this is a myth. Now, my
Yeah.
answer to them is very simple. There are a lot of intellectuals who say that Christ is also a myth. They say there is
Yeah.
no proof, but
Yeah.
Christianity has survived, has thrived for 2000 years. Hinduism has survived even more than 2000 years, even starting from earlier than the Christian era. And if 85% of people believe, I think that belief must be respected. And if they
Yeah.
want a temple for India's favorite god, why
Yeah.
not allow that? Why not build it? I think we should all build it
Yeah.
together. And I was
Yeah.
also quoting that in India, Christians are only below 2%
Yeah.
Christian population. We have over 100 cathedrals and basilicas and massive churches. And when we talk about one temple for Ram in Ayodhya, you see, we are up in arms. Why?
Why?
I think
Yeah.
the majority view belief also must be respected. There are some people who think that because in the Indian constitution says respect the minorities,
Yeah.
has given them rights, the
Yeah.
majority has no right at all. I think that's a very crazy way of
It's
thinking.
a very great thing you have spoken. Yes.
Yeah, it's a crazy way of thinking. Come on, the majority, if they have a certain belief, the
Yeah.
minorities must respect that. I mean, my
Yes, of
God is
course.
not greater than the God of 85% of India. And if they
Yeah.
want a temple for India's favorite God, I mean, let us allow this. And the Supreme Court has very categorically ruled after going into great length into the evidence provided by the Archaeological Survey of India that this
Yeah.
is the place where the Ram temple was. It was demolished. See, I don't want to go into the whole argument who demolished, whether it is Babur or Aurangzeb or when was it demolished. Well, there was
Yeah.
a temple, it was demolished, and I think it's
Yeah.
fair that it is built because I mean Ram is India's favorite god. I mean he's somebody who is acceptable to everybody, isn't it? So build that. But I'm also very happy that the Supreme Court has said let land be allotted for the mosque as well. I hope a beautiful mosque will come up there. And this could be a great bridge, the Ram temple here and the mosque there. And this could be a great bridge to bring Indian people together. And I'm very happy that it is being consecrated, it's being inaugurated.
And what is the significance does this Ayodhya temple dedicated to Ram hold, and how does it align with your belief in religious inclusivity?
See, India is a deeply religious community, very
Yeah.
deeply religious. I mean, if you go to North India, how do people greet you? They don't say Namaskar or Namaste or Good morning or Pranam. They say Ram Ram. See,
Yeah.
I was a member of Parliament from Rajasthan. People greet me
Yeah.
only as Ram Ram, and of course, I respond as Ram Ram because religion is so much an integral part of India's culture, India's civilization. And
Yeah.
therefore, Ram is so much part of India's thinking process, the life process. He's a living person in the hearts
Yeah.
of 85% of Indians. And therefore, I
Yeah.
think it's extremely important that he be honored, he be given the right place in our thinking process. And therefore, a temple to him, I think, is something which is very, very appropriate.
Yeah. And you argue that the existence of temple dedicated to other gods such as Christ in cathedrals is widely accepted, but there is an outrage when it comes to build a temple for Lord Ram. What do you believe is the cause of this disparity in reactions?
See, I think this is the entire problem with the so-called secularism.
Yeah.
You get me, no? Yeah, some of these so-called secularists believe that what the minorities think that must be respected, that must be accepted. What the minorities want, that must be granted. Fine enough. The constitution guarantees that the minorities can believe what they want and run institutions.
Yeah.
But they forget that sorry, the majority, the 85% of vast majority of people also have their right.
Yeah.
So these so-called left intellectuals, so-called secularists, I think they are getting it all wrong. I think it's
Yeah.
time we put things on the record straight. The majority of the country also have the right to have their beliefs, to have their basics. And if they want a temple for their God, come on, you have one temple. There are thousands of churches and basilicas. Why not one temple for Ram. Yeah, come on. I think as a Christian, for me, I find it absolutely necessary that this is built, and we completely support it.
Yeah, Alphonse Sahab, as a person who values religious diversity and coexistence, how do you think India can foster an atmosphere of mutual respect and understanding among its diverse religious communities?
See, number one, I think it's very important to respect everybody's belief. Number one, I think we should all stop believing that my God is the only right God.
Yeah,
Yes, that is the basis of most of the problems of the world.
yeah,
Sorry, if my God is right, the other person's God is also right.
yeah,
Isn't it? There are
yeah,
certain people who believe that this is the only way to salvation, and
yeah,
my way is the only way to salvation. The others'
yeah,
ways are all a myth, fake. I think that's completely wrong. I think we just
yeah,
need to respect each other's thoughts, respect each other's beliefs, and we can all coexist. I mean,
yeah,
I believe in what I believe in, but I have no problem at all dealing with people, living in peacefully with people. As a former IAS officer, I looked at everybody the same way, whether it's a
yeah,
Christian or a Hindu or a Muslim.
yeah,
And I never accepted fundamentalism even from my own people. If
yeah,
somebody, like I remember in one of the jobs where I was as commissioner for entrance examination, one of the
yeah,
employees came to me and said, "Sir, I'm a Christian. I'm so happy that you have become the entrance commissioner of Kerala." And you know what
yeah.
I did? Within 10 minutes, I sacked that person. I
Oh,
sacked that person. I said, no,
okay.
you can't come and talk to me communal things.
Yeah,
It is not
yeah,
acceptable for me.
great.
Every
Yeah,
human being has dignity, has to be respected the way I
yeah,
expect myself to be respected. So
yeah,
whether I was an IAS officer or a minister or MP, I believe that, I mean, I deserve only the kind of respect which I give to the least of the human beings, least of the human beings, and I don't
correct.
believe anybody is less than anybody else at all. And the bigger we are in terms of power, that power is
Yeah,
given by people, and
yeah.
therefore, yeah, the power didn't come from somewhere else. People gave me power, and therefore I need to respect them. I need to do their job.
Hmm. Yeah. And Alfonso sir, you write that Ram has been an integral part of the lives of the people of India even before the Christian era began. Please elaborate this.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so much part, whether it is, even the little kids have been brought up reciting the Ramayana and the Mahabharata stories. So Indian life is so much in the villages. India lives actually in the villages. Even those who
Yeah,
get urbanized, I realize, I mean, most of my neighbors, even in the urban area, I mean, they know all these stories, and it's part of their belief systems. They are just
yeah,
not stories, and therefore religion is so much integral part of everything that we are, what India is, and I think that's fine with me. Absolutely no problems,
yeah.
and
And
nobody should have a
Alfonso,
problem, and nobody should have a problem either.
yeah, correct, correct. And as you are a member of BJP, and you have seen how these Congress people, socialite people from Uttar Pradesh, people from opposition, Mamata Banerjee, they all, and even the secularists, the can market gang, all have, they have a different view on the Ram Temple. Inauguration of the Ram Temple, and they are alleging that BJP is celebrating as a party day. How do you react to them? Whether they're so frustrated, they're telling so, or what is their reality?
See, it's very simple. I mean, some people also say, why? I mean, see, the politics has to reflect the realities of India. So if Indian
Yeah,
reality is deeply spiritual, obviously the party has to fall in line with that. I mean, and most of the people, I mean, who are members of the BJP,
yeah,
I mean, after BJP is the largest political party in the world, the members are part of the Indian community who are believers.
yeah,
The MPs, the MLAs, the ministers,
yeah,
the prime minister, obviously, they all believe in something, isn't it?
yeah,
And if
yeah,
BJP talks about Ram Temple, if Prime Minister of India talks about Ram Temple, I think he's showing a concern of the vast majority of people of this country. isn't it?
Yeah.
So what is
Yeah.
wrong with that? Just when the American president takes oath, he takes oath on the Bible, and they
Mm.
claim they are the largest, the biggest democracy in the world. Nobody is
Yeah.
objecting to that. And so all these so-called intellectuals would like to migrate to the US.
Yeah.
But when the Prime Minister of India says, "I'm a believer and I would support, the efforts to build a temple for India's favorite god," why
Yeah.
not? I mean, it is question of his belief. I
Yeah.
mean, the question of he looking after the belief of vast majority of people.
Yeah.
And he's also telling other people, okay, you be a Christian, you be a Muslim, you believe in whatever you want to believe. He hasn't told anybody you don't believe in any of you in what you believe. Yeah,
Correct.
he hasn't told anybody get converted to Hinduism. He has not said that. So as Prime
Yeah.
Minister, he has a right to believe in what he believes in and to ensure that what people want is delivered.
Yeah. And it's my last question to you. You have seen how Rahul Gandhi started his Nyaya Yatra again from Manipur, and today in Nagaland he has spoken that BJP is playing a divisive agenda in the name of Ram Temple. That is my last question. How do you react to that?
See, I don't like to respond to Rahul Gandhi for the simple reason that he does not use his brains. I mean, you've seen him, and he's been a member of parliament for 19 years. I wrote an article a few months back on his performance in the parliament.
Yeah.
How he doesn't attend parliament. For him, it's a hobby. He comes when he wants to. Never makes a speech. Never asks a question. Never makes a mention 0 hour or special mention. For him, it's just a hobby because it's come down as part of the family legacy to be the crown prince. He's just casual.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. So for me to respond to what he says, I think it's infra. I don't need to respond to that at all. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Alfonso Saab. Thanks for joining us, and it was really a great thought you have given, and you have given insights into what has happened and into the recent inauguration of Ram Temple at Ayodhya. And I think our viewers are much more educated after your clarification how social harmony and peace is there. And in a country where majority of the people they have a temple, if it is inaugurated, what is wrong, why they are giving frustrated views, and you have very fine way, in a very fine way you have clarified your view. Thanks for joining with the India, and thank you viewers.
Thank you, Deepak. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, namaskar.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.